But they finally came.
Alright.
I don't think so.
Is that one?
It has some dirt on it. Feels like it's really blocking stuff.
Aaron,
Yeah.
can you just angle your table this way slightly and then I can get you in the. Oops, no, maybe that was the other way, sorry. Either that or just pull your table that way a little bit. There you go. I think you're good now. Yeah. Not quite.
Chris is in it then.
There we go.
I'm a little bit.
And Adam, I think if you move yours back just a little bit too, then B will be in it. Otherwise, Chris is going to block her. There you go. Perfect. We get a, I don't know if it's every month or every 2 months in this building.
Yeah.
So.
Great, yeah. Just wondering, I've been signing these stipends for Town of Rochester board meetings at 10/3 July, August, and September.
Mhm.
There was 2 in August, that's what that is. It's 2.
For planning board, there were two
Okay.
meetings in August.
They're
Yep.
going, there's 3 months and there's $25 each. But I see that.
Yep. There were 2 meetings. They did a workshop meeting in August. Some people ate it and some did not.
Where do you like me to go, sir?
You want to sit there if you want to be off camera, if you want to be on camera.
On camera, stand by me. That's the best seat in the house for on camera.
Yeah,
Oh, does it smell like carrots and cabbage?
they've been cooking,
Smell it. I can't smell it through this.
we're doing our St. Patrick's luncheon this Saturday as a takeout. So the recreation department, Ashley, Bethany, and Rita have been cooking all week. And yeah, she said Jerry keeps wandering in wanting to sample. They're up to, they called everybody who had signed up, and they're up to 83 meals.
Wow.
We originally had about 110 signed up, I guess. Some people just decided they didn't want it. But oh yeah, they got all the containers ready to go there. I just noticed. Yeah, the corned beef has been in the freezer. They had to buy the cabbage and the potatoes and the carrots, but the corned beef has been frozen since March.
Minimum wage law, the increase doesn't affect at the end of
December 31st, which is the dumbest thing in the world. So actually, technically, the last day of the month, we have to increase everybody's wages. We never have, but legally we're supposed to.
Wait, what do you mean, you never know?
Because it goes into effect on December 31st. So December 31st, everybody's wages goes up, not January 1.
Oh, right. But this is the biggest increase. This is the 15, right?
No,
Oh, it's not.
not for upstate, $12.50 from 12. What were we? We were 11.40, I think. So, I think it's 2 more years till it gets to the 15.
Yeah, I think it's 2022.
Yeah.
Like different areas.
Yeah, the city has been increasing at a different rate than it was the city, and then the Westchester region, and then everything above was a third rate.
I think I can smell the cabbage now. It hit me as soon as I walked in.
Oh, yeah.
I will.
You want the folder?
I'll take
It's okay,
the one back.
we called the meeting to order at 6 with the 3 of us. I'm not sure about being Chris, but. I'm just going to check in with them.
Did you do that?
Nope. I know Chris is often 6 is tough for him. So
Yeah, he usually gets there at 6:30.
yeah.
In the year,
Yeah.
in like the meeting, like,
Yep.
published.
Yeah. If you guys want, next year we can move the workshops or the audit workshops. I'm actually was even going to throw out there the idea of making it 2 separate meetings. That's what a lot of towns do. They have an audit meeting and then they have a separate workshop meeting on a different day.
We could say, if you don't want to have a meeting every Thursday, if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
Yeah.
We're good next month, it's every Wednesday.
Yep. And if the board's uncomfortable with long meetings, then the only alternative is to have more meetings, because
Yep.
stuff we're talking about, you can't short that.
Yep.
Kate, Mike tells me you're really good at doing weddings.
Yeah, done quite a few
Yeah.
at this point. It
You-
started out a little bit here and there, and now it's like, I'm at least once a month.
Are you
Well,
really?
especially now, because nobody wants to do it. So, a lot of people got married this year, like, I usually average, like, probably 30 for the whole year of issuing marriage licenses. I'm already up to like 37. Wow. And I still have October to get through, and, a lot of people get married in October, yeah. So, and I probably performed with 8 or 9 of them.
We were just saying it's Aaron's anniversary today.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Jane and I are going to be 20 years on Wednesday. So we were looking for someone to redo our vows. We asked supervisors to make, but he said, if there's one person that does it.
Kate's probably much better than me. So,
When's yours, Wednesday?
Yeah,
Very
you're
nice.
around there, is that?
Yeah, next Wednesday, what day is that?
The October or September.
Would it be during the day or at night?
Well,
Because my kids have doctor's appointments in the afternoon.
I got a haircut in the morning right after that.
Okay.
Sound good?
At your house?
Or town hall, or
Doesn't matter to me. I mean, if you want it to be more intimate, I could do it at your house.
The last time we had our vows renewed was in Vegas, and it was a laundromat, a taekwondo studio, and a place to get remarried. So, like I said, it's not where, it's the.
you could make your mom happy and get remarried on the pickleball court.
It would make her happy.
And then when you're done, you can hop over the net. Well, wait, maybe not. Maybe not.
For 20 is like the golden pickleball.
It's the goal.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a paddle. That's it.
If you want, Adam, call me either tomorrow or Monday, just go over any details, if you guys want to do like any of your own vows or anything you want to add in. And yeah, I could definitely do it all myself,
I appreciate it very much.
no problem.
Thank you.
I deferred to you because I said, even though I can, I haven't done one yet. So.
Now I've got my anniversary date on here. Jesus,
You guys have been together for a long time though, haven't you?
we moved in together when we were 19. So yeah, it's 25 years we've been together.
Mhm. Yeah, you know, I think like 2 years ago, 3 years. Yeah, we got together when we were 21, me and Sam.
It's amazing. Somebody asked me something like, how do you know? I'm like, well, I was on my way to Florida to go to the Golf Academy of the South, and next thing I know, I was running an insurance company with kids in a house. I said, I don't know what happened. Woke up one day and have been married
That's how
for
I
20
feel,
years.
it's like, it just never, it just always makes sense. Now, how many years have you been married? Oh, yeah. 9 years, 9, yeah. You together a long time before you got married. Yeah.
Like this one that's a zero balance unpaid, stuff we signed off on.
You don't have to.
I mean, not that it's a big deal one way or the other.
Yeah, you don't have to. He chooses to not get paid. I asked him to take the money and donate it back, but because it kind of throws off our accounting, but it's okay. It's not a big number. I just asked Brianna to do that every quarter, so it's in the record that there's a reason we're not paying him and we're paying the other stipends,
Makes sense.
so.
This one from Fish is just the first payment.
It's the second monthly payment.
Okay, second.
We
month.
paid August,
Okay.
now this is September's payment, plus the computer that we purchased, which they ordered on state contract, so that's the state contract price. We're just reimbursing them for the cost of it.
That works out good that we don't have to do all that work to find the computer hardware. If they-
Yeah, they're willing to do all the legwork for us.
Yeah.
And he,
How's it done so far?
good, I talked to him last week, he was still finalizing some of the prices. I asked him to try to get it to me by early next week at the latest, so we could get it on our agenda for October 1st. So, he said he would try very hard. The server is not a one-shot price, it's a lot of different components, so he's got to price multiple components to piece together to make so he's trying to get the state contract price for each component.
I was saying that must make a lot of sense that there's kind of a standard that's used for municipalities,
Mhm.
that's approved by the state, that
Yeah.
instead of us going to Best Buy and going to.
It's one of the state bid items. There's a whole state contract list for just about any product or anything you can ever think of that a town or municipality or a school district might want to buy. And the state, I forgot which department it is or what office it is, but they award the contracts, and then any other municipality in the state or agency can piggyback off those.
Right.
Sometimes counties do bids as well. County every year sends us the ability to piggyback off their oil pricing, because what they do is by getting more municipalities, the volume goes up. So in theory, the price goes down. But we've had good luck that the vendor we deal with just always matches whatever the price the county ends up getting.
Oh, there you go.
So,
Good enough.
Yep.
There you go.
Yep. The state comptroller's office recommends that you go out for rebid about every 5 years. We redid the oil back in 18, and Botini actually came in cheaper, but Costco reduced the price, so we stayed with Costco.
Every few years you,
Yeah, they kind of recommend on those long-term contracts that you look at them every 5 years, just to make sure that you still are following your procurement policy. And Jeff buys most of his stuff off state bid. Road salt, he buys that off state bid. Quite a few of his things we buy off state bid. Or county bid, one or the other.
I don't know, why does advertising space cost different for the different notices? The amount of words? and the
Number of
amount
words.
space it takes up?
Number of space. They price it by the word, but is it by the word, Kate, or by the character? The price for public notices.
It's by the word.
I think it's a flat rate for a certain number of words, and then everything
Yeah.
after that. I can't imagine what the county's bill is, because every local law, they publish every local law that's done
Really?
in its entirety in the newspaper.
Wow.
Yep. That's why I try to write them with as few words as is possible.
In brevity, there is wit, right? And that's money.
And this year, our public notices budget's blown out of the water because we have to advertise every single meeting because of the Zoom link.
Right, right.
So normally you do it once a year, and only if there's a special meeting or a change or a public hearing do you re-advertise. Otherwise, once it's advertised, we advertise the whole year at one time.
Uh-huh.
But COVID changed that. Although I can tell you, I don't think many other municipalities are actually doing it.
Really?
Haven't seen it.
They're posting it,
Mm.
or they're still meeting in person?
No, they're meeting by Zoom, but I just don't know if they're advertising it properly. I don't know. Maybe they are. So all the public who think your lives are exciting can now watch what happens on bill paying day.
The most boring YouTube video in history.
I have to tell you, I do like having them on YouTube. I don't have to listen to a tape recorder anymore. I can go like pinpoint right where it is on the video now and just watch it. Nice.
It was funny, it's on vacation.
We're gonna figure out some way to continue it.
I think I think it's nice to have.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I missed the one meeting and I went back and I'm so used to being on Zoom meetings, I was trying to interrupt the YouTube video 3 days later. Going, wait a second, and I'm like, oh.
That's funny.
But that's how nice it is to watch it on YouTube, you know, when we're all in our own house.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the ones from here, but I've been getting a lot of positive feedback.
Yeah.
You can really hear us. And
Well,
it's gotta be super.
now that we got the microphone, that made all the difference in the world.
That, and
Hopefully.
there's so many people, especially in the winter months, when it's darker earlier, it's colder, they don't want to leave their house.
I hate to say it, but they broadcast church on Sunday, and not that I've been going to church a lot, but, you know, if it's in the house and I want to have a cup of coffee, I'll watch it. But then sometimes I'll get busy and I'll watch it 2 days later.
Mhm.
You know, it's not convenient on that day, and
Right.
you know, it's probably blasphemy, but, you know, again, it's at your convenience.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, if we're gonna do it ongoing though, we're gonna have to figure out a way to do it. We'll give it to Erin in her free time to help figure out how to solve that.
I will have free time soon. I say, what's free time?
Yeah,
I was gonna say, you're long season farm though, right?
It's true.
It keeps going.
It's true. I work like 80 hours a week in the summer and 40 hours a week in the winter. So it feels like time. I guess.
It's funny when you work that much, 40 hours a week, it's like part-time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels like part time.
Yep.
And I fill it up.
when I traveled with the shows and I'd get home, that's how it would be. It'd be like, oh, what am I gonna do now? I'm not working an 18-hour day. You know,
Find when I'm working like that, I come home, I'm in everybody's way, I'm super uncomfortable until I'm, you know, I normally get home at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. And if I get home at 4 in the afternoon, people are tripping over me. Like, what are you doing here?
well, pretty much on those shows, the standard workday is like 6 a.m. till midnight
Really?
on the corporate stuff.
That Jeff Bridges movie about him being on the road as a cowboy singer. I think a lot
Oh,
of it,
Yeah,
and travels all over, he comes to his house in Chicago like once a year, and all his mail's there. And he put through 6 months worth of mail.
sometimes when I had job shows back to back to back, I literally would pack 3 different suitcases and have them sitting at home. So when I came home, all I did was literally drop one and grab the next one and
There you go.
on to the next city.
Sounds like a romantic life.
It's okay. It has its pros. It's a young person's game though. I don't know if I could do it anymore.
Oh, your buddy we met up on the towpath, right? Young guy, mid-20s, traveling all over the place.
Yeah.
collecting stones.
Yeah, yep.
Sounds cool. Watching the thing about John Daly, who travels all over the country, and he's got this big house, but when he comes home, he just parks the tour bus out front and says he stays in the tour bus, and when he's at his house, so clothes and everything he really wants is in there. The house is more for hanging on the stuff he doesn't need.
Yep.
Uh-oh. I don't know what to do.
Did it fall?
Hold it. Still out of order.
Oh,
But, crumpled up.
is it its own voucher?
Yeah. Did it go anywhere or?
I can figure it out
Yeah.
with the numbers.
Yeah. See if it looks like it's in alphabetical order to the next one.
It was kind of scrunched up underneath there, so I don't know what it was.
Mm.
Not that you have to take it down, but here's the rest
Okay,
plus the folder. What's that one inside it?
great.
What time are the interviews?
7:05.
7:05.
Figured we'd be done by 7 and gave us,
Everybody's good?
yep, as far as I know.
Cool.
I heard back from everybody.
Nice.
Yeah.
So they're in alphabetical order. I had no,
Sort of.
okay. I'm like, I don't know what order this is.
It,
But now it makes a lot more sense.
they're in alphabetical order, except Mary Lou is under M. There are some people that are under first name. There are other people, because that's how they are in the computer system. And that's kind of the order that they're in.
Should we sign the one with 0?
No, Adam was asking, you don't need to.
Oh,
It's mostly just in there as a record that he refuses his payment.
Oh, I signed it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you do or don't. I signed it too. I get in the rhythm when I'm signing and Kate, if you get any calls about the Shangam Journal article that came out today, their editor did a Google search for town of Rochester transfer station prices, and Google had archived our website page from 2000, 2013 rates or 2012 rates. And they published an article basically saying that we raised all our prices when we put in new prices. And I only saw it last night when they did an online, they posted an online version of the newspaper. And it was too late to get them to, because it was already in print. So if you get any phone calls,
Okay.
they're gonna do they're gonna correct the online edition. They're gonna do an apology next week, but basically it's Google's fault. Because they Google searched it, and it's the old adage of if you,
See it on the internet must be true.
yeah, well, they didn't refresh, or, because I tested it with my phone, and yep, it came up the 2012. Back in 2012, we had a PDF, it was the old website,
Right.
and there was a PDF of it. And it got archived somehow. So when they linked, that's what Google linked it to, instead of to the current website. And they didn't, I kind of said, gee, I wish you had called the clerk to confirm, but
Nobody calls anybody anymore. They just want to look everything up online.
yeah, so. Anyway, if you get any complaints, I tried to head it off when I saw it immediately, but it was too late to get it out
The
of print.
police department's been pretty quiet lately. It's nice.
I hope he's okay. She never
There's
misses.
the rest in order.
She didn't call you guys or anything, did she?
Oh, it's this one. I left at 2:30 today though.
Oh,
But,
there you
yeah,
go.
so we already know.
Fantastic.
Easy peasy. The one on top of the sign.
Oh, the last one?
Yeah, the crumpled up one that got.
It was the last one.
Yeah,
It was the letter Z.
it was for Sam.
Oh, if nobody else comes, then we can't pay him for another month.
Um,
I don't know if it's a conflict or not, because I clarified with the state comptroller that if there's a check made out to one of us, we are allowed to sign our own voucher. I mean, everybody else has to sign as well,
Right.
or a quorum, but we are allowed to sign our own voucher.
It's like, I don't think it technically is, but I'm happy to not find it.
No, that's fine.
It's-
We may have to pull it out and wait a month unless Chris comes, or Chris, actually, I could have him sign it next week, for that matter. It probably got crumpled because I had them all in the stack when I was auditing them and running the tape, so probably when I slid them back into the folder, that one just hung up or something.
I was very confused over here, trying to figure out what a stone filled light was. Like it was some kind of lamp that was filled with stone. Not that it was stone filled.
No,
That's lightweight.
Like,
exactly,
Yeah, quick mix up on that.
yeah. And the one before that or after that, I can't remember, also from Callahan is asphalt.
Okay.
And just from reading the description, you probably wouldn't know that.
No,
I had to call Jeff and ask him what it was for.
Were they able to knock out the courthouse?
No, and the CHIPS money was reduced by 20%. So you probably saw that
yeah.
general fund ended up paying for this, so I'm gonna hold off on it for now. Probably till the spring. Because it's gonna get too cold to do paving very soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the asphalt plants will shut down probably early October, so.
And I appreciate your post. You brought our flowers in the other night. So you didn't get mad.
Oh, good. Yeah, it got way colder than
Unexpected.
we got 2 freezes. Our neighbor, the people we share a field with lost, they have a flower farm, they lost everything.
Oh, no.
Like, so it's early peak season, those things are over now. So it was very patchy with the trees.
It was amazing how quick it got so cold.
Yeah, well, the week, 10 days before, it got down in Colorado, it was 100 degrees one day, and the next day the low was 22.
Oh, my goodness.
And that was what this was, it was this Arctic air that made it flood.
And
I'm
then-
glad it wasn't 22.
Yeah, no kidding. But still, like the day it turned fall, it stopped being nice out.
Right. So now it's looking like,
Well,
this, at least in the short term. It looks like, is this for a bathroom, all this, the touch-free electric hand sanitizer?
What's the bill? Who's it from?
WB Mason?
I don't know. Sure, we ordered that.
Looks like one that you.
It might be for the courthouse.
Oh, courthouse.
Yeah. It probably was, because they're the ones that are back in, they're pseudo back in session.
Mhm.
No traffic court yet, but they're doing some other cases.
like the Bluetooth communications or radio,
Yep,
that's the highway guys.
it's all the highway trucks, all the highway pickup trucks, they all have radios. That, we've had that contract with them now for about 5 or 6 years, and it stayed the same price. So,
I'm just thinking out loud, is it, how many guys do we have, or how many vehicles do we have?
probably about 14 vehicles, 15 vehicles.
I'm almost wondering if it'd be cheaper to get the guy's cell phone, at this point.
There'd be a lot of areas that we don't have coverage. They actually, through whatever they do, we have coverage throughout almost the entire town.
Yeah, with a radio, but
Yeah.
that's good, that's kind of funny. It's, our cell phones are cheaper than CBs, but CBs is more important.
Yeah. Yep.
These were, I don't know if it was just a mistake, they were paper clipped together.
Yeah, those are the different funds. There's a street lighting fund. There's 2 that are escrow account, and
Right.
there's 1 that is JCAP account, grant account. So I paper clip them together so they stay separate from the general fund.
Okay, so the one for Mary Lou and the street lighting fund are together, is that right?
And the JCAP one should have been two. Should have been four of them. Should be two from Mary Lou.
Yeah.
One
Oh, I see. So
from,
we want all of these.
Yep.
To look up together.
Yep.
Okay, great. I was just confused
'cause
as to why the street lighting fund was with her.
there's, I just clipped all the separate accounts together because we actually had
Yeah,
five
Got it.
different accounts this month.
I just was like, why was the street lighting fund with
Yeah.
Mary Lou? But now that they're supposed to.
And the
all
two
be
from
together,
Mary Lou are separated because they're escrow
Yeah.
account.
Yeah.
So,
which is-
which is what we started with the new,
Yeah,
with the planning and zoning board fees, people get 1 hour per time plus meeting time, and they're responsible for paying everything else. And it has lowered our costs. Yeah, we never put another one, 6:43. Yeah,
and we're on Zoom, right?
yes. Yes, we are. You're on Zoom.
They said it's due tomorrow. That was a lot, Mike. You were right.
Yeah,
You were like, that was a lot. Then I didn't believe you at first.
well, Mary Lou, it's 3 months worth of bills for
Yes,
Mary
I
Lou.
noticed.
She told me she couldn't let Shirley leave without being caught up.
Okay.
Kate, it's kind of up to you if you want to stay through these interviews or not. We're going to do the interviews and then there's a couple resolutions afterward. If they're both done with the bills before 7:05, I'll do those other two resolutions and then it's your call. I
Well,
mean,
I'll go, because I have
Yeah.
nobody home. I'm like, a night to myself and I have to go to work.
yeah.
I never, yeah, my kids are all staying with their grandparents tonight for the night.
Oh,
There's no school tomorrow. Woo!
oh, is it,
Tomorrow's a superintendent conference, so much going on. And then Mondays,
Yom Kippur,
so they have
yeah.
a 4-day weekend.
Nice.
I've never looked forward to a 4-day weekend.
So you guys are done?
Done.
Okay. We'll get the agenda and we will get going. Okay, for the members of the public, the town board has audited the monthly bills. We will call the workshop meeting to order. We'll stand for the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ask the clerk to do the roll call, please.
Councilwoman Allen here. Councilman Hagen Depew. Councilman Hewitt. Councilman Paddock.
Here.
Supervisor Baden.
Here. Okay, we have a quorum. I have confirmed with the town's council that tonight's meeting has been convened in accordance with the governor's March 13, 2020 Executive Order 202.1 and successors, which suspends certain provisions of the open meetings law to allow a municipal board to convene a meeting via video conferencing. In accordance with the executive order, the public has been provided with the ability to view tonight's meeting via YouTube, and a transcript will be provided at a later date. The town clerk has completed a roll call of the board members. There is a quorum present for this meeting. I've also confirmed with the town clerk that this meeting's been duly noticed. We have fulfilled our legal notice requirements by posting notice on the town clerk bulletin board and outside door, posting legal notice in this was the Daily Freeman, right, Kate? Daily Freeman, and posting notice on the town's website. First, for the board members, and I apologize, I'm going to sit sort of with my back a little bit to you, so I'm on the video. In your packets, I've given you the 2021 health insurance proposals from our insurance company. We will be voting on it next Monday, next Thursday, at next Thursday's meeting. The MVP Gold, which is our retirees, actually went down $4 and I think it was $4.40 a month, $4.80 a month. I can't remember per participant. The larger package, which covers most of our other employees who are on health insurance, it is a 6% increase, which is considerably better than last year, which was a 10% increase. And if you look on, it's the first page with all the charts side by side. So the darker blue highlighted one is our current plan, and the one directly next to it is our renewal plan. The changes that are going into effect is it is an increase of $43.35 a month for a single plan, an increase of double that for an employee spouse plan, an increase of about $74 for an employee child plan, and a family plan increase of 123 something. So those are per month. They also are increasing the deductible. Currently, it is $29.60 a year for single and $59.20 for family. That's going up $160 and $320 accordingly. The town, because we run a high deductible plan in order to get a better monthly plan, and most of our utilization sits at about 60% of the deductible. So the town pays the first 40%, the employee pays the middle 20, the town pays the last 40%. So our calculations there are done at a 60% calculation, which would assume that most employees are going to use 80% of their deductible. So we would pay the 40, they would pay the 20, and then we would pay the about 20. And that's been about our average. Some people do use the whole thing in the plan. There's others who don't even barely use the first 40. So I've crunched the numbers. I talked to our insurance representative from Marshall and Sterling. They did provide some alternative options for other plans, including from some other companies. They still, in their professional opinion, that this is still the best plan for us. Some of the Empire plans, for example, Empire lumps Westchester County and the whole Hudson Valley area as one region. So the monthly rates are higher, even though the deductible may look better, because we're, as she put it, we're getting Westchester rates. So
That's good news. They were estimating 11% increase across the board due to COVID.
Yeah.
So come out of it with a little bit more deductible, kind of a regular year.
6% a little more deductible. Yeah, 6%.
Still in
Yeah.
the year.
So take a look. If you got any questions during the week, you want to shoot me an email. I know for you two, this is a brand new experience, but we have to do it at the October meeting, because then we have to have a meeting with all the employees to get them all to sign back on, and our policy goes into effect December 1. The retiree policy, we have a little more, we could wait a month on that. That policy goes in effect January 1. But we normally just approve them both. The retiree policy, the only change is actually, like I said, it's about a $50 a year decrease for us for payment. So, B had a question about how this affects employees in terms of their payments. And because some employees have longer longevity as town employees, it's all over the map. Some pay nothing toward their health insurance because they're grandfathered in from those days. Others pay 15%, and I think others pay 25%. I'd have to go look at exactly. I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head. Some people, if they're on an employee spouse plan, they pay a certain percentage for their plan, and then a higher percentage for their spouse, depending on when they were hired. And those have just been changes over the years in our employee policy. But everybody who was in under the previous plan has just stayed grandfathered in at those rates. So, and when we do our budget, which you'll be getting October 1st, you'll see I calculate all of that into our calculations for our budget. So. Second thing was a request from the Code Enforcement Office. They would like to box in the front porch area in front of where the window is in the Code Enforcement Office. Take the window out of the zoning coordinator's office and put a door in there and create more storage space. They are severely out of record storage. It's actually a really good idea. Our new fire inspector previously was a contractor. Our building inspector has been a contractor, as well as his son, who is one of our relief highway guys. So what they're proposing is the town buy the materials, and we would do it in-house with them doing the work. Certainly the code enforcement officer doing his own work and having to sign off on it. It's going to be done correctly. So They priced the materials out at Williams. It was in the vicinity of 45 to 4,800. And I'm guessing the labor would be maybe another 2,500 to 3,000. So all said and done, we can get considerable amount of storage space for under $8,000. So I'm going to ask you next meeting, not tonight, but if this way, I wanted to get the drawing to you. If you wanted to reach out to Jerry and Will Farrell and ask them about this, but basically it's pretty straightforward what they want to do. Did I give you a copy too, Kate?
Yeah.
Okay. The door into the hallway will still remain open. They will just be right next to it. And it kind of coincidentally lines up with where the pillars are on the porch. And they would just change the light that's on there's two lights on that section of porch. They would disconnect them from the other switch, change them to like a fluorescent type fixture. So,
And we don't worry about heating.
what we probably would do is just for that small area, do a little floor radiant, like electric heater type thing. Just a little small unit. Jerry was confident that for the amount of space, it would be fine. And then they would only need to run that, in extreme cold. So it would be fully insulated. I think it's a really good idea because they are beyond stretched and out of room for space. So, yeah. And we got nowhere to go with it. We're still waiting to hear back from New York State if we got the grant for the consolidation of those and the digitization of those files, but I have a feeling we may be waiting well into next year to if that grant is going to be given or not. Even though it was funded already, everything is on hold on all that kind of stuff. So.
And is it legal to have the building inspectors do the work? Is that do you have any concern about that?
That's a good question. I will ask Mary Lou. We may have to, any building inspector can do inspection in any town as long as they're licensed and certified. So we could always have Marbletown or Warsing come do the inspection. That's a good question, and I'll be honest, I hadn't thought about that. So I'll confirm it with Jerry.
Okay, great. Yeah, that'd be good to know.
Yep.
How to do it.
Yep. You know what? Even if it is legal, we might do it just so there's no
Right.
appearance of conflict of interest.
Kind of how I'm feeling.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep. But it will be built. It will be built up to code. There's no question about that. And it actually is. It's a 10 by 18 room is essentially
Right.
what we're building. We're adding 180 square feet which is quite a bit of filing cabinet space.
It'll fill up quickly though.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you've been in their offices, you can see Becky has.
Well, they're working on the filing cabinet.
Yeah, well, Becky has transitioned since we got her a laptop. She actually prefers to work standing up. So she cut down one of her two desks and is now working with her computer on top of a low filing cabinet. And this is what it was at her request. She said she enjoys working standing up more than she did sitting down. So she still has the computer at the desk if she wants to do that. So it's not that she's forced to stand up all day, but it was at her request that we got rid of one of those desks. So anyway, just filling you in, we'll be voting on whether to authorize that or not next Thursday, but I wanted to give you the heads up on it. Next, see what time it is, 7:01, perfect. Mary Lou stated we should do this resolution. So this is approval to defend Article 78, Allison and Sean Hoots versus the Town of Rochester ZBA. Recommended resolution, the town board authorizes the expenditure of up to $10,000 to be paid to Mary Lou Christiana to answer and defend the Article 78 with reimbursement for fees made via selective insurance upon presentation of vouchers. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any questions? So we confirmed with selective insurance, we have coverage through our policy up to $10,000. They have approved Mary Lou to be the attorney of record on the project or on the case. She will bill the town, we will submit vouchers to Selective, and we will be reimbursed up to $10,000. So I don't expect it would go, Mary Lou did not think it would even approach that or definitely would not go past it, so. Roll call vote, please, Kate?
Councilman Allen? Councilman Hagen DePew? Councilman Hewitt? Councilman Paddock?
Aye.
Supervisor Dayton?
Aye. Next, the shared work program, our resolution that we did last month runs out this Saturday. So this is the recommended resolution. The town board authorizes the supervisor to extend the shared work program until November 1, 2020 as follows. Clerks to justice will continue to work at 25% reduction of weekly hours. Recreation department and assessor field worker will continue work at a 40% reduction of weekly hours. Do I have that motion? Second? Any questions or discussions?
This is the same as it was.
Same as this is what we changed to as of September.
Right.
We were at 50 and 60.
Right.
So now we're at 25 and 40. They have also, I've confirmed, they have also been getting the $300 a week federal stipend has been coming into their accounts. My suspicion is this will be the last month that we do this. I think starting in November, by then the court will be ramping up some more. It's still working with what they're doing now. And Mike Dunham anticipates he'll need the assessor field worker more. So I think this will be the last month, but we did net a significant savings by doing it this way. So provided we get the reimbursement from the federal government, which is still coming, but I'm told by the Department of Labor it will be coming. So any other questions or discussion? Roll call vote, please, Kate.
Councilwoman Allen? Aye. Councilwoman Hagen DePew? Councilman Hewitt? Councilman Paddock?
Aye.
Supervisor Dayton?
Aye. Okay, I have to add one more resolution that I forgot to put on, and I don't want to do it next week because I don't want to throw Kate with meeting notice. So we have to set our budget workshop meetings. I had said originally October 7, 14, and 21, which are all Wednesdays. I neglected to realize that the 7th is the county planning board meeting that I have to be at. So I'm going to ask that our budget workshop meetings, so I'll make the resolution authorizing or setting budget workshop meetings October 6th, Tuesday, October 6th, Wednesday, October 14th, and Wednesday, October 21st. To be held at, do you want 6 or 6:30? It's going to be a 2-hour meeting.
The Tuesday one stuff makes the later the better.
Okay. So to be set at 6:30 p.m. And authorizing or requesting the town clerk circulate notice. Do I have that motion?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Any questions or discussion?
Can we repeat the date?
Yep. So the dates are Tuesday, October 6th, Wednesday, October 14th, Wednesday, October 21 at 6:30 p.m.
Got it. Thanks.
And then when we do our audit workshop meeting on Thursday, October 29th, the workshop portion of our meeting will be finalizing. We always use that as our 4th budget meeting. And that's what we've done the last 3 years, and it worked very well. We seem to get through it all. So roll call vote, please, Kate.
Councilman Allen? Aye. Councilman Hagen DePew? Councilman Hewitt? Councilman Paddock?
Aye.
Supervisor Dayton?
Aye. Okay, next, I'm asking for a recommended resolution. The town board motions to enter into executive session at 7:07 p.m. for the purposes of holding interviews with the top 5 scoring firms for the building conditions survey RFP, discussion about matters leading to the employment of a particular candidate, and discussion regarding current litigation. Do I have that motion?
I'll make the motion.
Okay. Roll call vote?
Councilman Allen? Councilman Hagan DePew? Councilman Hewitt? Councilman Paddock?
Aye.
Supervisor Bailey?
Aye. Okay,